Hello everybody, how you doing? What's on deck today? Today we're going to check out Phoenix Point. Is it Steam Deck verified? We're going to mount it on the Steam dock and check it out. Let's bring it up to the big board. Okay, we're in the game now. It looks like an XCOM style game, which is pretty cool. That is awesome, actually. I love me some XCOM. Off we go. Alright, now we got the enemies that we can shoot. Where do you want to go? Put him right here next to the guy. Next, put him over here. How about that? No, it doesn't like that. Where does it want me to put him? It wants me to put him next to you? That's silly. Why do you want me to put him in a specific area? This is stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Well, this dumb tutorial is driving me nuts. I don't care about this crap. But this is nice. So we're getting a solid 40 to 50 frames per second right there when we just... I'm gonna bring my... Alright, we're back up on the screen here. This is, it's not as polished as XCOM, I'll say that. It's kind of, this little... It's a little wonky. It looks nice, though. Let's check out, like, what we're getting for frame rate and all that good stuff real quick. So, let's go ahead and... It won't let me do that. Alright, so we're at 1280 by 720, and you can see what we're getting. It actually doesn't look that bad at this resolution, but let's jump back out of the game. Let's close it out, and we're going to tell it that we're going to run it at 2560 by 1440. Properties, general... Game resolution 2560 by 1440. Close out of that. Launch it up here. Alright, we're back in the game now. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself off the screen here. Go to the options, video. It won't let me change anything though. That's interesting. Options, video. Let's see if I can change it if I use... Oh, it's because this... I'm having to touch the screen right now to make this work. This is silly. I'm just hitting this a couple times until we get to where we need to be. Alright, that's good. Then we'll go down here and apply. And turn off vertical sync. Apply. Alright, so you can see now we're at 2560 by 1440. We still have our telemetry up in the corner. I'm going to bring myself back. I'm back up on the screen. We're going to go ahead and hit new game. We're going to go ahead and just start the match here. Well, we're not going to do the tutorial and none of that nonsense. So, again, we are mounted via the official Steam dock. We're going out to a monitor that's 2560 by 1440, and we're doing it at 60 hertz. The reason for the 60 hertz is because I don't really need this device to try to go up above 60 frames per second, because in the handheld mode, I'm trying to preserve battery, so we have to keep that in mind. But when we're docked, we can do whatever the heck we want. If you have a monitor that's capable of doing 120, give that a go. The monitor that I'm using can do 165, but I'm using this capture device, and I'd rather just keep it kind of more of a stable standard refresh rate, then tell it to go all crazy. If any of that makes any sense. Alright, so we're loading into something now. We're going to check this out. We got a threat level low. We're going to deploy the squad. Deploy the squad. Alright, we're loading into the... Come on, let's go. Let's go. Oh, the doggy wants to go too. He says, woo, 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 woo. So we have 26 frames per second right now, which is pretty poopy. Oh, I gotta do that again. Alright, so we're in the game now. Looks like we're getting like 26 frames per second when we are sitting at 2560 by 1440. That's kind of poopy. I mean, this is probably playable in my opinion because it is an XCOM based type game. There's not a lot of crazy movement. You know, it's pretty straightforward. It's not like this needs to be 60 frames per second. So you could probably play this without issue. Do I like it this way? I mean, I'm always a fan of having more frames per second, aren't we all? But what do you think? We're gonna let's see if we can get up to some... We gotta recover the machine. Alright, let's get all the guys up to where they need to be. I don't know. This, I think I would probably turn down the resolution. So the thing you got to keep in mind too is with the Steam Deck, the resolution is one thing, but the actual pixel density of whatever monitor you're using is another thing. So those don't really correlate with each other, but you can have something that's lower resolution but have a really high pixel density and make it not look so bad. You know, it'll just look low resolution, but it won't look, you know, all jaggedy edged. But unless you're blowing it up gigantic and it's like Microsoft Paint. So let's bring me back up to full screen here. So that's an interesting thing. So I just unplugged this to see what would happen. You know, we told it we wanted to go 2560 by 1440, and that's because we had it mounted. But what happens when we just disconnect it? Does it like retain that information? It does still say that it's sitting on that, but I'm going to change it right now back to 19. I'm going to do it 1280 by 720. Okay. So now we're back at the 1280 by 720. Now we're getting 60 frames per second. So you can see that there is a big difference between the way that kind of deals with the whole thing. I don't know. That's Phoenix Point on the Steam Deck. We stuck it on the dock. We pushed it out to 2560 by 1440, but the frame rate was under 30 frames per second. I wasn't a big fan of that. But in handheld mode, at their standard resolution, we get 60 frames per, like, no issue. So that's great. In handheld mode, it works great. At the standard resolution, it works great. Even at 1280 by 720 on the dock, I'm still getting great frames per second. You know, just remember, as soon as you increase the raster size, the image size, you're going to probably lose some frame rate. As soon as you start bumping up all those different settings, you're going to lose some frame rate. But the cool thing about the dock is you have power. So it's not like it's going to drain your battery like crazy. So thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I'll see you down in the comments. Peace.